So hi, today we are going to understand about loops and we will take some real life examples and we will try to understand loops. So let's take an example. Let's take a real life example where you all have gone to your schools. So there is one teacher who always punishes students. So let's say one day that teacher asked you to write, I will not talk in class 100 times. So in this case, what you will do is you will start writing, I will not talk in class 100 times in your notebook. The time you reach the 100th line, the time you finish that, you will stop there. And if you will take another scenario where the teacher tells you, right, I will not talk in class until I come back. So in this scenario, you will start writing in your notebook, I will not talk in class. But in this case, you don't know when to stop because here you are not having a predefined number in your mind which says this much line I have to write or this much line or at this line I have to stop. So in this case, you will keep on writing until your teacher comes back. So in both the scenarios, if we see in first scenario when you are having that number in your mind from that first line when you wrote, that scenario is known as for loops. And the second scenario where your teacher tells you keep writing until I come back, that is the scenario which comes for while loop. So in for loop, you are having a predefined number till which till what time you have to loop through, and while loop it is something which you actually don't know how much time you have to loop it through to get your answer. So there will be a condition in while loop. So in second scenario, as I told you, keep writing until the teacher comes back. Keep writing the teachers come back means that is their condition. Until the teacher is not coming back, you will keep on writing. But in the first scenario, you have the condition as you have a number there. Means you have you have to write 100 times. So it means you know how much time you have to loop it through. Now, as we got an understanding about loops in real life scenario, I think so. So I think you have got the this thing. Let's take the coding aspect of it. Means what is the syntax of for loop? What is the syntax of while loop in JavaScript? How we are going to write a for loop? How we are going to write a while loop? So this is the example which I have created for you guys to understand uh, for loop beautifully. Like here I'm saying after for we are having a bracket, um, then inside that we are having a initialization. This initialization means there is a variable which we need to initialize. On that variable we need to apply some condition. On that variable again we need to do some increment. The red box which you are seeing is the initialization step. The green box which you are seeing is the condition step. Here in for loop, as I told you, you have to write I will not talk in class for 100 times. So in condition it goes like I less than 100 and I plus plus. Now I is equal to 0. I will take on this thing little bit later while we are going to our coding screen. Um, Why I have not taken I is equal to 1? Okay, if I take I is equal to 1, what will be my condition? If I take I is equal to 0, what will be my condition? I will take it little later. So as of the first line says you initialization, condition, increment. Then next line comes as code block, the yellow block which I have marked. That is a code block, a body to be executed. There can be anything which you want to loop through. In this block, currently your teacher is saying, you have to write, I will not talk in class. So currently we are doing this work until 100. This is the syntax of a for loop. Let's go for a while loop. In while loop, here the initialization, condition and increment don't lie on the same line. So where I is equal to 0, here is the initialization where we have initialized a variable called I. Then inside a while loop, we are having a condition statement. This is actually a condition. Currently, I have kept it I is less than 100. Again, the example which I gave you, the teacher, until the teachers come back, how we will loop through using while loop. I will take it in next step where I'm going to code it out and going to show it to you. This is the simple syntax I'm telling it to you currently. So first is the red block is initialization, second is the condition, the green block, then comes yellow block, which is the code block or body to be executed. This will be the um, body where you will be writing all the codes of your which needs to be executed. Then after that, there will be a increment or updation statement. This is a while loop syntax. Now, let's go into a little bit of coding part of it. I have given you a syntax. I have given you a overview about what is for loop and while loop. Let's go into um, coding part of it. So I have written the code previously so that our time, because of time constraint, there is a first case where I have told teacher told you to write, I will not talk in class for 100 times. In this case, you are looping through it from 1 to 100. As I told you, if I say 0 to 100, the one which I had previously told you, I is equal to 0, I is less than 100, I plus plus, console log, this thing. In this, you can see the last thing which we printed is 99 and the first thing which printed is 0. So from 0 to 99, which makes it total 100 lines, including 0 and excluding 100. Now you want to include 100 as well. In that case, what happens is you will end up creating 101 lines. If you do equal to and you run it, here you will see there is 100 lines, but it's starting from 0. So 0 is the extra line. So to remove this, what I will do is I will click here 1, I will type here 1 and I will start from end and I will end till I is less than equal to 100. So I am going from iterating from 1. Iterating is a key word which we use in loops very often. So please get these words. These actually, I will say these are jargons. But you should remember all these things. You should start learning these things. I is equal to 1 and I less than 100. We are iterating the loop uh, from 1 to 100. Okay. This is the thing where we know what will be the count from the starting. Now let's comment this code out and let's see this code. Case 2. In case 2, what teacher told us? Teacher told her to write, I will not talk in class until she comes back. So, teacher in class. We have created a variable called teacher in class. Teacher currently is not in class, so we have made it the variable as false. Then we have added a count variable here, which will tell us for how many times this loop ran. The count we will increment. This is the while loop. Inside this, there is a condition. Here we are checking whenever means if teacher in class is not, means until the teacher is not in the class, we are running the while loop. So not teacher in class is a condition. So until not teacher in class, we will run this for loop. We will say that console.log count, I will not talk in class. And here I have given a random function because we are not knowing what is the mood of teacher. She may come early, she may come late, she may come in 5 minutes, or she may come in 1 hour, 1 hour, or she may come, maybe we don't know. So I have given a random guess here. In this random guess, what we are saying is we are if we run this code for one time, let's say now it printed 18 lines. Again, if we run, now it printed again 18 lines. Now it printed 17, means now it printed 3, means you are lucky here. Your teacher came very early, maybe in 2 minutes or 3 minutes only, and you are getting a good escape from here. Now here is 27. So here we don't know how much time means in how much time the teacher is coming back. So we are writing that statement for some random times. So this is what while loop is, and I think so you got a very good understanding about for loop and while loop from these two slides and coding aspect of it. I think now it's time to wrap up. Looks for loops are made um, easier. Loops made our programming easier because is a very powerful tool in programming, and um, actually whenever we want to repeat an action without writing code again and again, loops are used. Means whenever if your teacher says you gives you this punishment, you can directly apply a loop and uh, print these statements. So that will be a very easy task. So like that we can repeat any action, because of loops we can repeat actions again and again. That is helps us. So I think so I have given a good understanding about for loop and while loop. I think so, yeah. Thank you.